Thanks all of you for joining us alongside Jerry Durney. I'm Trevor Williams, and we play championship basketball tonight between number 11 West Virginia and Virginia Tech. Jerry, number 11 West Virginia has been so impressive throughout the tournament. When we take a look at these two sides in the game note comparison for this championship matchup, it is the guard play first that sticks out for Virginia Tech. You mentioned Taylor Emery. Another name to watch will be Jeanette Hicks. He's one of the best defenders in the country. On the other side for West Virginia, they'll want to get it inside to Tiana Muldrow. Well, a beautiful night in Melbourne, Florida. Number 11 West Virginia, they've felt more like a tidal wave to the Virginia Tech Hokies, leading by 13 at the half. Alongside Jerry Durney, I'm Trevor Williams, and glad all you can be with us at the half. And Jerry, when we talk about Tiana Muldrow, a big performance in the opening half. Nearly 4 players in double figures for West Virginia. Now West Virginia has numbers. Ray, what a pass down to King, zinged it with a right hand, and a timeout called by Virginia Tech. Party took a lot of contact but missed. It's a track meet. Jeanette Hicks to Emery, all alone for the right-handed lay-in. 2-3 zone defense. Party gets around to the baseline, chance for an and one. Over to Kendall Brooks. Three-pointer would have given Tech its first lead. Instead, it's McGarity on the putback. Quickly with the basketball, around Bry, trying to weave, finds Shepard for three in the lead, Asia Shepard! 5 seconds left, Jennings stepping in, finds Spoyer open, Butler for the lead, and the Bulldogs answer! West Virginia an undefeated 5-0 at the start of the year. Virginia Tech its first loss a night ago, an upset bid by the Butler Bulldogs, and they just fell to Drexel earlier today, which opened up this contest as a true championship game. If Virginia Tech wins, they take home the hardware. If Mike Carey and his Mountaineers win, they will take it back to Morgantown with them. Decanter is in the center circle to tip it off. It'll be Christina King across from Reagan McGarity. And here we go, Saturday night championship action. And isn't it fitting that on Rivalry Saturday in college football, it's a renewed rivalry between Virginia Tech and West Virginia. Their first meeting since 2006. And Muldrow starts it with a deep triple.
You know, we've talked a lot about Muldrow's post work, but she can just as easily take it outside and with confidence. Hokies are going to have a lot of trouble defensively tonight having to work with her.
Came in 5 of 15 from beyond the arc. For what it's worth in 06, Virginia Tech won that meeting against West Virginia 60-56. Hokies trying to rebound off the loss a night ago. So they had a game-winning shot with 13 seconds, only 5 to shoot for Emery, and traveled on the elbow.
There's just so much pressure from that athleticism that West Virginia brings in both the post and on the wings. Hicks, Emery, and Kendall Brooks to a lesser degree are going to have to be composed on the ball tonight.
You saw Muldrow's stats there, 43 points between the 3 games so far after the triple to open the night against the Hokies. Puts it on the floor and drives. Emery got a hand in. Davenport able to keep it alive for West Virginia. Gets the pass right back in from Ray, but it was too high off the backboard. Hicks and the Hokies race forward.
Well, they're doubling McGarity early.
Emery kicking out to Hicks. Wants to get it to the elbow. Tough shot over the top of King. Rattled out. It's going back to the Mountaineers.
I think Camp had a hand on it last.
Mike Carey is the head coach of West Virginia. Carey, his 17th season with the Mountaineers, 348 career wins and 11 21-plus win seasons. That's in the last 14 years he's been able to build that dynasty, if you want to call it, with West Virginia. Muldrow from the same spot that she hit the opening three-pointer.
Right, Reagan McGarity is a player that can go outside. We saw her defend on the wings here in the first 2 games, but I don't think she's had to defend somebody like this.
Number 11 team in the land not messing around early, and McGarity says, I can step outside too.
Right, we're going to be in for some fun, that's for sure. I just wonder for West Virginia, because we've talked about how they've had trouble going to their bench. This might be the first team that's tried to get out there and run with them the way they do. I wonder if that'll affect them as the game goes on.
The Bigs have had all the shots and a foul against West Virginia on the rebound. Here's Kenny Brooks, and he's in his 2nd season with Virginia Tech after a very successful 14-year stint at James Madison. 11 straight postseasons there at James Madison with the Dukes, 6 NCAA tournaments and 5 WNITs.
Interesting to see, and I'll might have to check into this at halftime, but Alexis Jean, who's normally their starter, as McGarrity's able to get that too. And so they moved Camp into the starting lineup tonight, and you'll see in that upper right corner there, Jean's been on the stationary bike there and kind of stretching out by running across the baseline behind the basket. I wonder what that might be about.
I believe Jean was a late scratch as well. Initially was listed in the starting lineup for Virginia Tech. It goes inside to Davenport for 2. And that is a great eye on Alexis Jean not being on the floor at the start. And they rolled that bike out about 5 minutes before opening tip.
Yeah, and they've had one of the trainers with her the entire time.
That athletic training staff working on it. McGarity has the early 5 for Virginia Tech. Gets it over to Camp, who is in Hicks's spot, and King a big swat. Looked at her bench as well. It's going to stay on the Hokie side.
You can imagine the emotions are high for this game. West Virginia trying to go a perfect 3-0. They're facing this rivalry. You know they're up for it. Very rarely did this game not deliver. This is the 17th meeting between these two. Only 4 of them have been decided by double digits.
You saw Mike Carey there. He loves his defense. They put up a heck of a defensive effort, their best in 2 years a day ago. Muldrow rebounding hard for West Virginia.
It was the one thing he stressed all week in these practices.
Kick back out to Muldrow, the shot fake. Had the 2 early threes. King trying to spin down into the post and fouled on her way up.
And it'll be something to watch. It's going to be on Camp, but we saw it really affected Virginia Tech in the fourth quarter last night, Trevor, that McGarity had 4 fouls, and she couldn't play Tori Schickel the way that she wanted to defensively, and I think that affected the game. They're going to need her to stay out of foul trouble tonight.
Now for Camp, we mentioned starting in the spot of Jean, but not stranger to being a starter at Virginia Tech. She's played in 61 career games, now 62, and making her 32nd start. King's second free throw is good. Number 11, West Virginia by 4. Virginia Tech leads the all-time series 11-5. The good news for West Virginia, they're better on the neutral floor at 2-1. Hokies, Emery trying to get the three-pointer. Ray, head of steam down the floor, whips it to Party. Off and McGarity, sure-handed on the rebound. Hicks, tough drive. Ray applied some pressure. It's battled back down to the floor, and the officials will say it stays with Virginia Tech. Not with a lot of confidence.
Yeah, that's what Mike Carey's argument is well, wait, why did it take that long? You initially had it as our ball. What happened?
Denise Brooks' first look down towards the West Virginia side was going to point that way and then gave it back to Virginia Tech. This is a takeaway by Ray on the misfire on the inbounds pass. Might as well give it an assist.